Hey everybody, my name is Sean Hatzel, and if you're scrolling through your feed and you see this, stop by and say hi. Drop a comment below, let us know what part of the world you are from, because we are going live here on Facebook, and I want to share 6 tips to help you optimize hormones in order to quickly lose more belly fat. And it all started with a reader question that I have. A girl that I used to coach at my personal training studio in Ann Arbor years ago reached out to me on Facebook. And her name is Monica, and I have it right here. She said, Sean, I recently started doing CrossFit 3 to 4 times per week and started doing a low-carb paleo diet, but I feel like crap. I can't recover, I can't lose belly fat, and everybody else around me doing this is getting great results, but they're also a lot younger than me. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to talk about how hormones change as you get older. So if you're over 35 years old in your 40s, 50s, or 60s, pay close attention to this, because a study done in the Journal of Obesity shows that those who focus solely on hormones instead of counting calories lose up to 65% more weight than those counting calories. So I'll go ahead and put a reference to this study up above or to the side of this in the description of this video, depending on the device that you're watching this. So although calorie deficits can be beneficial for losing weight, and I recommend you're in a calorie deficit at least a few days of the week, focusing on hormones is much more powerful. And I learned this a long time ago when I met my wife. Over 11 years ago, she was diagnosed with colorectal cancer. It forced her into early menopause, which obviously was almost destroyed her metabolism and her hormones. And she tried everything to lose belly fat. She was a lot like Monica. She was doing as much exercise as possible, long duration cardio, and she was eating a low carb clean diet. So what I did is I went on a rampage of research. After 20 years of being in this industry, I was dumbfounded. I couldn't get my wife to lose her menopause belly. So I did a ton of research and I developed a system that you'll find at the link around this video. And it's called the Over 40 Absolution. So before I talk about these 6 tips that you can use to optimize hormones, I just want to quickly let you know the backbone of my Over 40 Absolution system is it's specifically designed for the hormonal condition of people over 35 years old. And it uses a 12-minute daily metabolic protocol that's been shown scientifically, and the studies will be at the bottom of our website, to increase growth hormone up to 400 to 700%. And it also has been shown in scientific research to elevate the metabolic rate after the 12-minute session for 38 to 48 hours. So at the link around this video, you can go over to our website and you can learn all about that. You'll also see my progress pictures about how I use the 6 tips I'm about ready to share with you to maintain 6-pack abs for over 10 years straight, and you'll see my progress pictures over at our website. So let's talk about the hormonal condition of people over 35 years old. Let's talk about 6 natural tips that you can use to optimize hormones in order to quickly lose belly fat. The first one is to experiment with intermittent fasting. So simply by abstaining from eating for a set period of your day and not eating and just having water, it's been shown that it can increase growth hormone levels dramatically. And again, the research will be at the bottom of our website. Any claims that I make in this video will be either posted above, the studies will be posted above in the description or to the side here, or at the bottom of our website at the link that you see here. So, intermittent fasting, if you're a man, I recommend 16 hours a day, 5 to 7 days of the week. So if you have your last meal at 8 p.m., you wouldn't eat again till noon the next day. And most people think the metabolic rate slows down because you got to be eating every 2 or 3 hours, but this is a myth. Small, frequent meals do not increase the metabolism, and small, frequent meals do not increase weight loss. And the research actually shows this now. The published studies actually show this. So when you're in this fasted state, what ends up happening is insulin is really, really low. This allows the body to access fat as a fuel source. And because you're fasting, the body's sympathetic nervous system kicks up. It's your fight or flight response. And this forces the body to release more growth hormone. So if you're a female, I recommend you use 14 hours a day, 5 to 7 days of the week. So if you have your last meal at 8 p.m., the next day, you'd break your fast at 10 a.m. Just make sure you drink adequate water. And if you get hunger pangs, just push through it, because after a week or so of doing this, you're not going to get hungry at all, because it regulates the body's hormone called ghrelin, and ghrelin is responsible for hunger. And it's also, ghrelin being released while you fast is also actually linked to more adequate growth hormone production as well. The second tip is to not eat 2 hours before bed. And I talk about this frequently with our online Get Lean in 12 community with over 100,000 people that we've helped. And when you eat before bed, if it's healthy food, it's not necessarily going to make you gain belly fat. But keep in mind, it will raise insulin. So the solution to this is not to eat 2 hours before bed, because after that last meal, it allows insulin to stabilize. And insulin is considered the antagonist to growth hormone, and growth hormone pulses and releases while you sleep. So by not eating 2 hours before bed, you allow insulin to stabilize, and you can maximize the growth hormone production that your body releases during the night. The next thing is to balance meals. This is about the hormone insulin. Remember, whenever you eat a starchy carbohydrate or an overly ripe fruit or any type of sugar all by itself, that's what spikes insulin levels and can take the body out of a fat-burning environment. So the solution to this is, number one, avoid sugar at least 5 or 6 days of the week. Maybe give yourself a reward once a week. I'll talk about that in just a second. The other solution is to make sure you balance out when you eat fruits or ripe fruits or you eat starches, combine them with a protein source, just a lean quality protein source. And of course you can throw veggies in there anytime that you want. By doing this, now it stabilizes insulin and it makes it easier for the body to access fat as a fuel source. The next one is adequate sleep. And I know this is obvious for a lot of people, but my wife had insomnia. It made it harder and harder for her to lose belly fat. When we got her sleep cycle regulated, we knew that it was optimizing her cortisol cycle and it was optimizing her melatonin levels. So make sure you're getting at least 7 to 8 hours of sleep, at least 5 days of the week if possible. The next tip to optimize hormones to quickly lose belly fat is strategic refeeds or cheat meals. Now keep in mind, a cheat meal or a cheat day should be serving a greater need. In other words, it should be a psychological reward, and it can help you optimize hormone levels. See, if you go on a low carb diet for like 6 to 7 days straight, what ends up happening is the same thing that happened in a Biggest Loser study. You can get something called metabolic slowdown. Well, you burn less calories on a daily basis. Just your resting metabolic rate will slow down dramatically. The contestants from the season 8 Biggest Loser contest were shown to be burning 400 to 800 calories less per day after the contest, which is why most of them gained all or more of their weight back. So if you're going on a low carb diet, make sure that you use strategic refeeds or you consume carbs in the post-workout window. This will prevent them from spilling over and being stored as fat, and it will also help reset the leptin levels that are responsible for regulating the body's weight. Leptin communicates to the brain and to the body whether or not it should burn fat or it should store fat. So by consuming your high carb meals after our 12-minute metabolic protocols, and by following the nutrition tips and the diet that we give you inside our Over 40 App Solution system at the link around this video, you'll be able to optimize hormones and help you quickly lose more belly fat. The next tip, well, first of all, before I talk about the final tip, I want to make sure I still got your attention. We're live here on Facebook. If you have a question, drop a comment below. If you weren't listening at the beginning of this video, this is 6 tips to optimize hormones in order to quickly lose belly fat. Stop by, drop a comment below, let us know what part of the world you're from. And if you learned something so far in this video, can you do me a favor and put yes in the comments? Because I have one last tip for you that I want to share, and this is the most important one, is that is strategic, high-intensity metabolic exercise burst, something that I've coined metabolic zone training. And this is something that I discovered in an online forum from a scientist years ago. And it's the same 12-minute metabolic protocols found in our Over 40 App Solution system, the same protocols I've used to maintain six-pack abs for over 10 years in a row, and the same 12-minute metabolic protocols my wife has used to flatten and get rid of her menopause belly after her journey through cancer and menopause. So by doing strategic high-intensity exercise burst, using the right movement patterns, using the right intensity levels, and using the right rest periods for only 12 minutes a day, you can quickly optimize hormones and lose more belly fat. Just click the link around this video. You can go and learn all about our system. Now, before I sign off on this, please do me a favor and like this and share this and give me some hearts. And I want to talk about a couple other things. Our system has 5 guides, and I want you to focus on the success tracker only. It'll say start here when you download your digital guides. And you want to start there because it's a 22-page guide that has everything you need all condensed into one little guide. So you can just follow along. It has a daily nutrition plan, your daily workout charts. It has a series of questions at the end of the day that you make sure that you answer, that you completed, that will make sure that you don't fall off track. So I want you to start at the success tracker. The main guide is over 100 pages. So if you want a crash course on how to optimize hormones using these 12-minute metabolic protocols and how this innovative system works, you can dive into that. But if you want to get results as quickly as possible, dive into the success tracker. And then the last thing I wanted to share, outside of our 90-day money-back guarantee. So you have nothing to lose by grabbing this system. If it doesn't work for you, it's guaranteed to work or you get your money back. And then lastly, I want to talk about our partnership with Living Water International and the impact that we're making in the world by providing clean water to needy children in third world countries. So for every person who grabs a copy of our system, we donate clean water to a needy child in a third world country for almost 90 days. And last year alone, we raised over $30,000, or I should say just under $30,000. And this year, we're already over $30,000, and our goal is $50,000 this year, and we're on track to hit it. And last year, we installed 4 water wells in needy villages from people like you who took action and grabbed a copy of our system. So not only can you quickly lose more belly fat, you can be a part of this amazing cause. And we are intimately involved. This isn't something we just hand over or donate to. We actually go to Nicaragua every year. This is our 4th year. We're going in October of this year. My business partner and I go down there, and we work with a crew to install a water well. And the organization that we're working with follows up for years afterwards to help them maintain the well and keep them educated on the hygiene and how basically, these people are in these villages are dying because they're drinking contaminated water. The same water the cows are drinking, they're drinking. So you can help us be a part of this amazing cause by grabbing a copy of the system. Now, one more thing before I sign off. I appreciate you taking time out of your busy day to check this out. 12 minutes is a long time to keep somebody's attention on Facebook or any social media channel. 60 seconds is hard. So if you're still listening, thank you. I'm very grateful and appreciative. And I want to make one more personal promise to you, and that is this. If you apply the methods inside our system at the link around this video, not only do I personally guarantee your results or I'll give you your money back, I promise you this, that if you apply it, it'll leak over into every other area of your life in a positive way. My wife Karen and I both know that when we use our 12-minute metabolic protocols and we follow the nutrition plan that we provide, it's very keto friendly and paleo friendly, and it also allows you to eat lots of carbs in the post-workout window so you get the best of both worlds to optimize hormones and to quickly lose belly fat. And we know that when we do this, it leaks over. We're better spouses to each other. We're better parents to our 4 kids. We're better grandparents to our 4 grandchildren. We're better fitness professionals, and it just improves our overall quality of life. And that's a promise I want to make to you. So thanks again for watching this, and keep going strong.